Hello YouTube, Bald Man here, building the airplane over there. This is Wingtips video number 2, and we start by drilling all those holes, both in the skin and in the wingtip, out to number 30s. And then they definitely eventually get put to like number, I think it's like 18 or something, 19, 17, whatever. Number 8 screws. Drill, deburr, and dimple maybe? Oh yep, there's the dimpling. Okay. Perfect. Alright, so here we're going to likely drill a bunch of, oh yeah, there they are, nut plates. There's like 50 freaking nut plates per wingtip. I don't even know how I'm going to take these on and off for an annual inspection, but I don't really want to. I guess it's not an annual. It's a condition inspection that is done on an annual basis because this is an experimental amateur-built aircraft. Anyway, okay. So lots of nut plates to be installed, so that way it has just tons and tons of screws to bugger up their Phillips heads when you take it on and off. So I plan on keeping like a massive stock of number 6 and number 8 countersunk screws because I just know that I'm going to screw so many of them up. Just taking the stupid panel off that I fixed, that I had to redimple and fix the other day. I think I mentioned it on a previous video. I screwed up 1 or 2 of the screws. It's like nut plates hold on to screws really hard, and I don't know how you don't at least screw up 1 out of every 20 taking them out. I think maybe an electric screwdriver is the key, because then you can apply constant pressure and constant torque without the without the bit sort of camming out of the Phillips heads. So for this, I got sick of wearing a mask, and since I wasn't generating tons of fiberglass dust, I just decided to countersink and drill and keep the vacuum on, and just keep the vacuum hose like super close to where I was working. It worked out really well, although having to hold it like that was kind of silly. So here's what I was talking about in the last video, using a file to sort of, well, briefly I was there. I was tried it with a hard Scotch-Brite, but it turns out the sharp edge of a file creates that nice 90-degree corner that you need for it to nest nicely up against the skin. So just end up doing that. I guess you don't have to. This is all personal preference. I just wanted it to fit nice and tight. I also cut out the opening for my fly LEDs. I was cutting it out just now, and I think I'm going to flip it over here in a second and start working on the lens. Or not. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, yeah, I just had to make some more cuts, because you have to cut a decent amount out of the light area in order for those, for the components on the backs of the boards to fit in there. But it's not too terrible. You'll see it in a second here when I turn it around. It's not a huge process. Maybe I don't turn it around. Maybe that's in the next video. Uh-oh. Yeah, I guess I go back to putting nut plates on. So I guess it's the next video. You'll see how big the opening is in there when I start, test fitting and making. Oh, you can see it here, and making the lens for the lights. As usual with the lens, first try is okay, second try is better. But this is a fiberglass part that I haven't, as you can see, I haven't cleaned it up completely. I did that later on. I don't have a video of that or not. Yeah, obviously the nose of it there needs to be cleaned, because you can see that seam pretty terribly. That's going to need some intense sanding to get it nice and smooth. But that's the thing about these fiberglass parts. They They are mostly done, but you definitely need to take some time to do some finishing on them. So in the next video, come on back for the nav and strobe light workup. See you then.